Welcome back, Indiana Sports Beat Radio coming to you here on this Monday. Jim Coyle with you as always, and I'm joined by Josh Bruick from the Hoosier Ticket Project. How are you, sir?
I'm good, Jim. Appreciate being on with you this morning. Thank you.
Absolutely. If you're not familiar with it, it's when did you guys start this?
We
2 years
launched.
ago?
Well, it had been going on through social media for a little while. We officially launched as a nonprofit organization late November, early December, leading into the basketball season. Actually, we were a few weeks into the basketball season, so this will be our first football season. But we'll this fall, winter will be coming up on our 1 year anniversary. So it's been an incredible launch for us for sure.
Well, a very unique endeavor and something that I think will probably be copied by other places in the near future. But if you're not familiar with the Hoosier Ticket Project that Josh started, did you start it with someone, or because I know you were giving tickets away a lot already, but did you start it with someone else, or did you originally started this?
Yeah, I've got two partners that I started it with. Obviously, again, it had been going on for a couple years, even dating back to pre-COVID, through some social media initiatives. But the official launch and kind of idea to launch a nonprofit was started by myself and my two partners, Jason Girdham, who lives out in Boston, who was the Alumni Association.
Who I met here at Eagle Point one day.
Yeah.
He was in the parking lot leaving, and I think he may have been wearing an IU hat or something. And I'm always a self-promoter, and I said, "Hey man, if you're not an IU fan, I'm in Boston." I'm like, "Oh wow." Then we started talking about that, but very, very strange or ironic encounter. But yeah, very fun, very funny.
Yeah. He does a lot of our back end system stuff and helped us get our website launched and putting a lot of our engagement systems in place. And then Amanda Pavelka, who you may or may not know, she's very active on the IU Twitter sphere, social media. She's our director of engagement. She's also one of the individuals that helped launch this. But she's done an incredible job of making the game day experience really top notch for our ticket recipients. She'll spend time with them, take them down to the court, get photos. If it's a special situation, she'll work with the athletic department to get facility tours and things like that. So really good team. And of course, we're always looking to add to it. We've added a couple people and we'll continue to do so as this thing grows.
So going forward, where does you've got football coming up, and of course basketball. Do you already have? We just talked about boys and girls club being able to bring in large numbers. That's got to be amazing to be able to do. First of all, just as a feeling, because that's something I wanted to do. Not on that scale, because I couldn't do it on that scale. So, but to see you guys doing that is awesome. Kids all the time, you see kids getting to go to their first game, it doesn't even matter if it's their first game. It doesn't matter. I mean, just getting to go to a game, getting to experience that. I didn't get to do that stuff as a kid. And a lot of these kids, it's like Star Wars, living in a movie. I don't want to make it crazy big, but it's stuff that they don't have access to, man.
Right. And that's really what spurred kind of the origination of what we're doing, right? It's some of the stuff that a lot of us take for granted in terms of we have the ability to go to games if we want, and me being up in Fort Wayne, I'll take my mom to a couple basketball games a year, and I look at what that cost is afterwards. I'm like, holy cow, how many people don't have that opportunity, whether it's football, basketball, and again, it's just a lot of stuff that we take for granted. But as we approach football season, we've got a lot of flexibility in terms of partnering with other youth organizations, Big Brothers, Big Sisters, Boys and Girls Club, and buying blocks of tickets and having events for them and getting as many people as we can to an athletic event at Bloomington, because our whole mission is removing that financial barrier, right? We don't want that to be a reason somebody doesn't get to attend a game, so we're really looking forward to the football season. We've got a giving blitz this week, Thursday the 21st, where we're trying to raise financial donations so we have the ability to buy up those tickets that I just mentioned. So a lot of excitement, a lot of momentum as we approach the athletic seasons here, this year.
What can people do? You just mentioned the Giving Blitz. Where can they go? What can they do? How do they get there? Of course, we'll put all this up, but I don't have it at this particular moment. What is that? And give us that information.
Yeah, so our website is HoosierTicketProject.org. Of course, you can give on the day of the Giving Blitz on Thursday. It's really an initiative by us to try to raise as much in one day as we can. We've got some really cool corporate sponsors that we'll be announcing, some fun ways that fans can engage on social media. So that's certainly a day you can make a donation, but you're not limited to that day, right? If you ever feel like making a financial donation, you can do so on our website as we approach the athletic seasons. There's ways to donate your tickets if you can't use them. If you have a set that you can't use, we make it really easy for fans to send their tickets to us via electronic transfer. So those instructions are on our website as well. So that's really where everything's done is our website. But we also encourage everyone to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram too, where we release a lot of our content as well.
And absolutely, there's that. It's up there on the screen, and we'll put that up. And also, that'll be on the Hoosier.com as well.
Awesome.
So
Thank you.
can do that. That's this Thursday, you said?
Yep, Thursday the 21st, our first annual. We're calling it a Giving Blitz. Really trying to center it around football. As again I mentioned, we talked before I came on, and hear a little bit just the flexibility that we have in terms of buying big sections of tickets and getting as many kids as we can. And got to thank the athletic department too. They've been incredibly supportive of what we're doing as well, because I think it accomplishes a lot of things. First and foremost, our mission of getting kids to games that can't go, but also getting butts and seats, and on top of that, creating potential fans for generations to come. So
yeah,
it's a win-win-win. Yeah, it's a win-win-win, and we've had an incredible summer of engagement with events that we've gone to, and there's still so many people that really don't know we exist, that want to get involved. So really, really excited about where this thing is headed, and the amount of people that we can potentially get to games.
Renata commenting she's donated tickets and that it is super easy. So there you go. Follow Renata's lead.
Yeah, that's the thing about this, Jim, is we started this, and it has grown, and we've got 3 partners that have started this, but we're not where we're at if it wasn't for the fans, the Hoosier fans that have made this possible, right? They're the ones who, you look at last basketball season and just some of the tickets we got, right? It's just, there's so much selflessness amongst our fan base that I think at times you hear about the negative side of when we're not playing well, and how we can be a little toxic on Twitter, but you don't always hear about how selfless and how giving our fan base is. And we're not where we're at. We're not an organization if it wasn't for the graciousness of our fan base. So we continue to be very appreciative of we've got donors that have given money. We've got donors that have given incredible tickets that easily could have been sold for a profit. So it's that stuff, right, that we appreciate more than words can say, and really it's that's helped us grow into what we are.
Basketball, when it comes around, you guys have any other than doing what you're doing now, but plans like you have for the for football with the, I know it's not going to be as big, and because you don't have tailgating and all that, and it's harder to get bigger numbers, but any special plans in line for that?
Yeah, I think that we've already had some really solid success with this Giving Blitz leading up to Thursday with some corporate sponsors, and we plan to do 2 a year, one for football, one for basketball. So we'll certainly try to do one for basketball as well, as we lead into the season. But as you mentioned, it's not quite as easy to get big numbers of tickets. We have some opportunities to purchase tickets early in the season or when the students are on break, but with the momentum of the team, it makes it a little bit challenging for us to purchase tickets. So it's why these days of these giving days, these where we're trying to raise money, it's so important, right? Because there is a cost to what we do, right? We put on events, we put on tailgates, we try to purchase tickets if we don't have any available, and we try to be as frugal as possible with that, but it's those donations that help us do what we do. So we'll certainly have some leading up to basketball, and I certainly expect that our donors will provide us with some tickets into the season as well.
Forrest is one of our longtime followers and listeners, and is a former athlete at IU, former wrestler, and asks, as an I man, he gets 2 tickets to the Illinois game. Can he donate those? I don't see why he could not, but I'll let you answer that.
Yeah, absolutely. He can obviously visit our website, HoosierTicketProject.org. When you click donate, it asks you if you want to donate tickets or make a financial donation. So he would obviously click tickets. A lot of times, if he's a season ticket holder, those are in his IU account. So he can go into his IU account, transfer those to us. We make it, we'll walk you through that. If for some reason they're physical or you have any issues, feel free to reach out to me. My email address is josh@HoosierTicketProject.org. So I could certainly walk you through that on the phone. Sometimes, if it's the first time you're doing that, it can be a little bit challenging. So, I'd be more than happy to help somebody walk right through that.
What led to the start of this? How did you, I mean, what, I know now it's all going, but it's because this is big. I mean, but what got you started and what started pushing it out?
Yeah, I'll go back to the story I told you about my mom and taking her to games and obviously basketball games can be really challenging to get to, especially when the team's playing well. When I take my mom,
especially if you live 3 hours away.
Exactly. And if I'm taking my mom down there from 3 hours away, I have the ability, I want to make it an event, right? I have, I've got the ability to make it a day. And if I want to get her some decent tickets, I'll do it. But I'm privileged to be able to do that. Not everybody has that ability. And I look back and I'm like, holy cow, that was kind of an expensive day. And you think about that and really the light bulb went off when I don't know if you remember, Jim, but I think it was Archie's second year. IU made the NIT, and they had 3 home games.
I remember it vividly.
Yes. Without getting too detailed on that, it was kind of a frustrating year. But when IU made the NIT, they had 3 home games, and they were offering $15 general admission tickets. And when that happened, that was kind of the light bulb that went off. And if anybody follows the Martha account, I think she put out there that if anybody wants to go to a game, I'll gladly send a family of 4, $15 tickets. And it snowballed from there, right? It was everybody jumped on, everybody loved the idea. The first game, I think, 10 to 15 people went. But by the time we got to the third game, there were so many tickets that they ended up having to get funneled to the boys and our big brothers, big sisters. And it kind of carried over. It had so much momentum that it carried over into the football season. And then COVID hit. And that's really where, I connected with Jason and eventually connected with Amanda. But Jason was like, you could really look at making this a nonprofit. UConn does something similar. It's the only school that I know that does something halfway similar, and he's he lives out east, and he's like, here's something UConn does. And I'm like, man, because it's a lot for one person to manage, especially just through Twitter.
I can imagine.
I mean, you're having to find good candidates, right? You want to do a little qualifying there and make sure that these tickets are ending up in good homes. But there's also the you're doing a lot of matching, right? You're asking for tickets, you're having somebody send you the tickets, you're fine. So it was a lot of work. And what the nonprofit has done is, 1, obviously it's giving it a lot more visibility, but 2, it's helped streamline some of that stuff. And that's where Jason and Amanda and the rest of our team has been so crucial is they're providing a lot of that just used to fall on one person. So that's really where it spurred from. It's kind of a social media movement turned into a nonprofit, and the response has been incredible and continues to be so.
Well, it's awesome, man. We're a big part of the Never Lose Hoop, and they do the same thing. They have to find these candidates. I mean, find the people that all this work is for, and where they're looking for probably 1 or 2. You guys it's in a constant search, nonstop, so it doesn't end. So that's a job in itself.
Yeah, we some of our teammates are helping us expand. We've relied on a lot of our donors coming through us and using our website, but we're starting, as we add volunteers, it allows us to be a little more proactive and go meet with these youth organizations, go meet with some of these inner city school corporations, groups like that may not have the means to even see we exist. So we're you know we're really trying to be a little more proactive on you know our engagement and expanding kind of who we're donating to with some of these youth organizations and some of these kids that really need it. So I honestly think the sky's the limit. So